go to a gas station, grocery store, convenience store, you insert your card unknowingly into a card reader that's been tampered with, and unknowingly give it access to your bank account. Our product stops that before it ever happens. Think about it. When you get scammed, you're stressing about the money you've lost, stressing about canceling cards, and worrying about your financial information. We're CardGuard, and we're building a smart solution to card security that physically protects your credit and debit card with skin detection, giving users peace of mind with every transaction.
Card skimming is still one of the most common and frustrating problems out there with financial fraud. People lose billions of dollars each year from simply inserting their card into a tampered ATM or gas station reader. The gas station readers. But the real issue is there is no simple or accessible way to tell if a card reader has been compromised with until it's too late and you lose all of your money. It could be a simple college student backpacking across Europe or an average older adult going to your weekly neighborhood gas station if you don't know that your money's at risk and you will end up losing money.
So like Laura already kind of tapped into, we're protecting students studying abroad, younger adults, and then just other world travelers who go to other countries that don't have the same level of financial protection that we have, which we don't have the best either. So one of my roommates, for example, she has been dealing with some issues in Italy because they have way less protection than we have, and there's a lot of more cash economies in Europe that you're going to be constantly swiping that card at random different ATMs, and they just don't have the same type of protections. And then you're also going to be in a foreign country having to deal with international phone calls and things like that, and all your money's gone, and you don't have anywhere to sleep anymore. So besides world travelers, we're also targeting older adults who use their physical cards. They're not, my grandma's never heard of Apple Pay, I don't think. I don't think she even has an iPhone, so I know that a lot of older adults, a lot of our grandparents, even parents maybe, even if they are warming up to the mobile pay and those types of platforms, those are not going to be their normal payment method. We like to be stuck in our ways, so protecting the physical cards is extremely important for that vulnerable population. And then there's going to be those times, like I mentioned, abroad, and then even in your local small town, that you're going to have outdated terminals such as gas pumps, ATMs, even Walmart I know doesn't have tap yet. So there's tons of different terminals all over the place here and abroad that are going to be at high risk, and this is a way that we can take care of that before you have to find it out yourself. So yeah, pretty much sums that up.
So the solution, our card cover uses a sensor thing that goes in the card. So the way it works, when you go to terminal, a POS, a point of sale, and you put your card in, the card itself will have two lights. One will be a green light, the other will be a red light or orange light. When you put it in, it will automatically read the POS. And if it's great, like if the POS is good, it's not scammed like in an old gas station, it will turn into a bright green. If it's not, the chip will not be exposed to the POS. And it will go to an orange or red light. That's the way it works. It requires no tech experience for like older adults and also people that do not want to download an app, do not want to use add-ons, like none of that. It's as simple as that. It's proactive security that's made practical.
So why CardGuard? Most solutions out there are reactive, meaning they alert you after the fact. You find out after you've lost $1,000. A lot of them are tech heavy. They're big, chunky. They're marketed towards retailers. It's not something the everyday consumer can use. Other competitors like RFID blockers, like Vaultcard and Tycon, those don't stop skimming at all. They simply just block it from possibly people scanning for cards. It offers no protection at the actual terminal. Our product, like I said, it's proactive, so you're going to find out right then and there, stop it before it even happens. It's low tech and it's slim, meaning it can fit in your wallet. It doesn't offer any sort of hardships when you're in the terminal. And additionally, it works with your current card. You put it on there, you can move it to a different card if you need to. And then, like I said, there are no competitors that are offering sensor trigger chip concealment right now. And it puts it in your hands, allowing you the option to reveal or not reveal.
So we already conducted multiple rounds of user testing, and the responses have been overwhelming. One college student told us, I don't use Apple Pay and I'm always nervous about using random ATMs. Those would actually make me feel better, especially for those students that travel abroad. A lot of abroad countries only use cash because you're shopping in small areas, like small local businesses. Another user, an older adult, say it's simple and I don't need to download anything. That's why I love it. And this is kind of the thing that we need in like today's society. Most older adults do not want to like use their phone, like open the phone one more time to use an app, like when you can just insert a card and get that rest. Some other feedback we got was how subtle the design was and how they wanted the product immediately, and it gives them peace of mind.
So now moving on to the financial side, we built out a solid 3-year financial model. In year 1, we are projecting $240,000 in revenue alone through direct sales and partnerships to bank, scaling up to $2.1 million by year 3. Our production costs seem to drop annually as we go to year 3 because we're doing it with economies of scale, and as we get bigger, the production costs will go lower. We also are using effective but affordable marketing plans such as social media, influencers who kind of focus on personal finance to reach that target customer, Amazon and bank partnerships. And yes, in year 1, we are expecting a loss and a partial recovery by year 2. However, we're going to be operating at healthy profit in year 3, reaching over $260,000. Lastly, with the increasing demand in a few direct competitors out there, our model experiences long-term growth and success.
So, clearly financial fraud isn't going anywhere. But CardGuard makes sure that you're protected and your card is not the next target. And also, the less techy, the better. We're keeping it really simple, guys. Super straightforward. As you can see, your best bet is to join us in stopping fraud before it starts. All right. Thank you so much.
Questions?
In terms of like the actual item, is it like it has to have like some sort of power, I assume, to like work the sensor. Is that like a throw it away after it runs out and get a new like sleeve, or is it like a rechargeable like case you put on over and
It's
over again?
mainly rechargeable. Ideally, it would last for a while. So.
Yeah, it will last for a while, but also when you're outside, like you can always like in the parking lot, it's like small chip, so it will be easy to recharge. So when you're in the parking lot in the hot sun, you can recharge it with solid power. It's that easy.
So you guys said that the light would either turn like green or orange or red. Can you expand on like what each of those?
He was saying
means?
orange or red, just depending.
Just like the like
as
the
in,
shade.
as in
Yeah.
yes versus no.
Oh, okay,
Green
okay.
go, red stop.
Okay.
We're also taking into like matter of colorblind, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like
Okay.
So how does it actually detect? Like how can it like tell if it's going to be a virus?
Yeah, so we looked into it, and a lot of the time the way they can tell if it's been tampered with is there's a difference in the electromagnetic currents. So the sensor would detect the difference in the normal currents, and then that's what would trigger the light.
How much does it cost?
The price point right now is $40, and we've looked at like competitors, and right now it reaches from like $25 to $30 for a Bluetooth device that is like a separate this size. But because of our like unique value proposition and the physical chip that detects it, we chose 40.
I'm not sure if you covered this, but like, how probable is it that it could be like a faulty read? Like it says green, but it's like it has been tampered with.
So with that, we like through our research and stuff, there's like a 96% chance, but you also have the choice yourself. At the bottom of the card is where you swipe to remove the chip cover.
Okay.
So if you do not believe that the card is reading itself, it's your physical, like, you're the one moving
Like
over
you're
the chip
choosing
cover
to
to
do
choose,
it. Okay.
yes.
Okay.
I mean, this may be a little bit out of like the actual thing, like product you're designing for, but like, have you guys thought of like any other solutions for like digital? Like, obviously, I mean, I don't imagine that this would work digitally, obviously, because you're putting in numbers, but like, have you guys thought about like expansion in that sector at all?
Yeah, so with Apple Pay, it changes your card number every time you use it. So with getting like financial fraud and stuff, unless you're physically like putting in your social security and your physical card number that's attached to your card online, Apple Pay doesn't relate to this because it changes your card number every time.
Considering world events, like I think a few years ago, one of the most reputable credit card companies got hacked, Equifax, like billions of documents leaked. What steps are you all taking to protect user information, breach of transit, things like that?
So there's no financial information stored on the cover. It's merely just a cover for the card itself, and the chip has a slider over it. So it's not actually reading your chip information. It's merely protecting the card reader itself from reading that chip information unless you want it to.
Once we sell the product, we have no access on their card number or financial information.
This market is like really big. Like I know you guys seen YouTube videos of like people calling and scamming and like other things. Yes, there are ways you can prevent, but those ways are like looking online. Like I don't think any of you guys know that the FBI has a website of how you can prevent a scam, like from calls and all that. Like that's not easily accessible to all the people in the US. With this, it's a physical thing you can use, physical thing you can see, and physical thing you can put in and know that your card is safe and that your financial information will be safe. Yes.
Have you all built an MVP and calculated the size of what this product would be and how you communicate any disconnect based on the size of that?
The MVP, it's more about the functionality of it, like as far as the mechanism and stuff. But just for purposes of this class, we don't have, like, we would be using extremely thin material that we personally, and again the technology as well, that we personally can't go to a technology company and purchase at this time. But yeah, we have looked into it, and there's like, you know, the availability of materials is there. It's just-
And engineering software, if we had more time, maybe we could get a team of engineers to help us.
Yeah.
It will be something that will be aesthetically pleasing. Like I know you guys seen, I don't know, like TikTok shop, there's card covers that are like bikini bottom card cover. Like, it's gonna be something like that looks good on your card. Like my car is purple, I do not like that. I would love to have like
Any other questions?
All right, good job.